you. So this is something that I feel like, you know, an idea I think is good when you have it and you're like, oh, duh, I can't believe I haven't done this before, you know, where, you know, we've been working on a little bit lately on like John's Scam, which Scam refers to Grief Fury with Malakir Rebirth and other of these kind of effects. We're working on that archetype a little bit. We've also played a lot of these like Rakdos sacrifice decks, John sacrifice decks in the past, and blending both of those archetypes I think is now that I've done it, I just can't believe I haven't done it before. I played one league yesterday. I 5-0'd. The deck felt very, very clean, very, very powerful. There's a lot of really interesting overlapping synergy with playing Grief Fury and the Sacrifice Shell, where you can sack these to your Goblin Bombardment. You can trigger your Mayhem Devil by evoking them. Malakir Rebirth is very powerful with Goblin Bombardment, where you can like target your Seasoned Pyromancer, sack your Seasoned Pyromancer, target your Unlucky Witness, sack your Unlucky Witness, etc., etc. And then Village Rites is kind of similar to a Malakir Rebirth effect. Obviously, you don't get to keep the creature, but you get to draw 2 cards when you're evoking these and kind of recoup that card disadvantage. And then Village Rites also gives you another sacrifice outlet, which I think the deck is kind of missing if you don't play a card like Village Rites here. Deck was very, very... I get 5-0 my practice league. I changed 1 card. I cut the 3rd din for the 2nd Blackcleave Cliffs. Because I feel like we have enough utility lands. And speaking of utility lands, we're playing 1 copy of Tomb of Urami, which is this was a chat suggestion for the Rakdos Sacrifice archetype a little while ago. I would recommend, you know, not overthinking it, but it's mostly a swamp, or a little bit worse than a swamp because it deals you damage when you tap it. But it has an ability, 4 mana tap, sacrifice all lands you control, and then you make a 5/5 flying demon token. What's cool is like this card is very powerful with Mayhem Devil. If you have Mayhem Devil in play and Tomb of Urami, you sack all your lands and you deal tons of damage with Mayhem Devil. And just the opportunity cost of including a land like this is pretty low, and sometimes you just make a 5/5 on their end of turn, kill them too. I definitely liked the card yesterday. I think it's like good as a one of. And we can go and get some games going. Yeah, I don't think we have any ogres to to tap it and not deal damage. But yeah, it is not always 1 damage. It's 1 damage if you don't control an ogre, which we, I think we're ogreless today. Baby Biscuit, 8 months, appreciate you. Yeah, I got to do this a couple times yesterday. It was pretty cool. Yeah, no ogres. What's the technical explanation for not including Ob? Okay, so I know that like back when Ob came out, we played it. We were like 13-3 with Ob in the deck. Ob is like, I don't know, kind of garbo. I think it's like obviously good against Burn. We could maybe be playing a sideboard card in the sideboard for the Burn matchup, but I don't know. I just think the card's kind of mediocre. It's obviously like, it's good in this archetype. Like it's definitely playable in this archetype, but I think it's worse than Mayhem Devil, Seasoned Pyromancer. In the past, I've been playing Ob as like extra 3 drops, but I think with the Grief and Furies, your curve is can be a bit higher, and at the very least, your top decks are a bit better because you have these 4 and 5 drops to top it decked into. So I think you do want to cut a 3 drop. I don't know what card you'd cut to make room for Ob. Like, I don't know. Ob is fine, but I just don't think it makes sense in this version. How many sideboard cards do you generally dedicate to Burn if I'm going to include them? I mean, it just depends on the deck and what the matchup is and how popular Burn is, but, you know, a couple. I would say, why don't you have Fable? There's just no room. Yeah, I don't think there's room for another 3-drop. I mean, this is also, like, classic Twitch chat, you know, mindset, and I recommend you all expand the mindset. It's just classic. Where's 3-drop Planeswalker? Where's 3-drop Saga, you know? Not that we can't think about including these cards, but the majority of chat suggestions are just, you know, raise the mana curve with this cool grindy card. You know, just like, you know. Sleeve, 5 months, thank you. It's either season, yeah, I agree. I think in this deck you either are going to be playing Seasoned Pyromancer or Saga, and I think in this list Spyro makes a lot more sense because you can Malakir Rebirth it, and you can't Malakir Rebirth your Saga. I don't think it's really too much deeper than that. Basic Force Go, likely going to be Amulet Titan, which is a rough matchup. Game 1, we have some Magus of the Moon's posted in the sideboard. I kind of just want to, like, Yeah, let's evoke the Fury, and then we can channel either of our land after we connect, but... Is Gargadon option to try over Village Rites 2? You could try Gargadon. Gargadon's also kind of like... medium. Oh, let me actually just rebirth this. Never mind, sorry. Gargadon's kind of medium, I think. Village Rites plays like really well with Unlucky Witness 2, Bloodghast. I think a bit better than Gargadon does, but you could play like one Gargadon over the 4th Village Rites. That would be fine. It's also like Gargadon's like worse with the evoking Grief and Fury too. So yeah, never mind. Actually, I take it back. It's impossible to play it. So Dingo playing Spyro and Fable Blurred yesterday look awesome. Pyro's messed up one's good. Yeah, I know some people really like Pyro and Murktide. I don't think it's bad. I don't know how good it is though. Zeusa. Just get 2 cards left in their hand. 1 card left in their hand. Okay. Interesting draw. So I could potentially go Village Rites, sack my Fury, Takenuma, back my Fury. I think I'm just going to Takenuma, try to find Grief. Because I think the last card could easily be a Titan. And I could just pitch the Village Rites. I missed on the Grief, which is fine. I think that line like definitely felt like the best way to like steal a game where we're just losing to a Titan in hand though. Is Archfiend's Vessel actually good? I don't know what that card does. We can, if you type !! card Archfiend's Vessel in chat though, I will read it. It's not in this list, right? Chris, 8 months, thank you. Could Bone Shard be better than Terminate? I think that you're probably overthinking it with Bone Shard over Terminate. I mean, that card is powerful. I don't think it necessarily fits here, though. Okay, so I'm gonna play Magus of the Moon, Terminate, likely Voidwalker 2. Probably a pretty different sideboard plan here. Steve, 7 months, appreciate you. We consider Quicksilver Amulet for the Esper Reanimator deck. That card is way too slow. Like a 4 mana card in Modern that does nothing the turn you cast it is not playable. Arc Bounty with a 15 months, thank you. Okay, so yeah, sideboarding is gonna be really different. I think I'm gonna go down like 2 Furies. I may even be down like a lot of the sacrifice synergies as well. Yeah, I think I'm down to be like just more of a Rakdos mid-range deck post board, something like this. Could maybe play the Shattering Spree too. Kind of don't mind it. Obviously, oh yeah, one Chalice is fine too. Yeah, obviously, kind of still figuring out sideboard plans and stuff. Steve, again, 7 months. Arc Bound to 15. Thank you. Village 3 customers for Village Rites. Yeah, Village Rites on turn 1, sacking your Grief or your Fury is, I think, really where it's at. Chalice 4. Chalice is for Summoner's Pack, so you just play it on 0 whenever you draw it. I think you can cut a Kroxa. I think you can cut a Kroxa, but I think with, especially like this sideboard plan being more of like a more mid-rangey deck than in on the synergies, I think just like Kroxa is generically good threat makes a lot of sense. Again, I think you can cut it, but I also think it's fine to keep too. Oh yeah, in general, the Chalices are for the Cascade matchups. Ray, ever tried a Mardu version with them? Ray? I mean, I've only ever tried this version. It's like a new build. I think that, not making your mana a lot worse is correct, but you never know. Okay, let's keep this. I'm going to want to Grief, I think, after I play this Voidwalker. Hopefully I can Grief on turn 3. But I think either way, I'm just going to put back this Bombardment. Yeah, more 3-drops. Always the answer. Spike, have you considered this 3-drop? That's like kind of a 2-for-1? Interesting, chat. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait. Obviously wanting to like Malakir Rebirth my grief, and obviously I'm really hoping that they have a Titan in their hand too, so waiting a turn gives them one more look at a Titan in their hand for me to cast off the Voidwalker and put myself theoretically really ahead. Let's go. Too bad I don't have 7 lands on my hand for Cultivated Colossus, but I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. I think I'm getting Den of the Bugbear. And I could get Tomb of Urami. It's pretty good if I find a Mayhem Devil. And maybe just like the 5/5 demon is gonna give me lethal. Which is the best sided using A3 Mages, Touch Mire against Green Trial? I wrote a sideboard guide for the deck on Shadow Fireball. You can find a guide there. Trastodon is coming in. Thought Seizers are coming in. Story Sound's coming in. Trimming on Muldrifters and Solitudes mostly. Okay, so they transmute for Teleria West. Should just be still a mana short next turn, though. And so we have 6 damage here. I don't know if I'm supposed to be casting Spyro or... Dinning. I think I should probably just Spyro. Okay, can't quite Magus this turn. Could have had a bounce land. Is it really a scam? I mean, I think this deck's good. I 5-0'd my first league with it yesterday. My only league with it. I don't know. I think scam, at least, while being kind of a fun title, at this point, people like usually know what that means. So I think it's more of an informative title here than a descriptive one necessarily. Summoner's Pacting on 3 mana for a Dryad. If they have bounce land, they can 4 mana. They just go lands, bog. Okay. Yeah, I guess the Magus of the Moon doesn't put them. They're probably just dead to this Den though, right? Den plus Ragavan. Beseiju my tomb. Okay, I'm just gonna get this and like try not to show them the Magus, but yeah, I mean they're definitely dead. Yeah, the tomb is good with Mayhem Devil, and it just doesn't cost you that much to include. Spicy tech. It was a chat suggestion a little while ago. Liliana, Heretical Healer, and Gen Coco. I've played that card in the past. Maybe it's worth looking at again. I could definitely see it. I think on the 4th Fury on the draw. I could see playing it also in like that green-black deck I'm playing, although we're also like super clogged on 3 drops already. Finks, 13 months, thank you. As a dedicated 4-color player, I've got to tell you, I'm convinced to play Switch with Gen Coco. Yeah, I think it's really good. Okay, it's gotta be a keep, I think. Hopefully, they don't have a Grazer. Can maybe terminate a Grazer. Yeah, having Ragavan in your hand in this matchup just summons Grazer to theirs, I guess. We'll figure it out. Deck tech for Maul. Let me take I look probably after this game. I'll open it. Oh, it's Venguchi Vivian combo. I mean, I like the deck. Hold on, let me take this turn. What a top deck. Maybe it's actually supposed to pitch Mayhem Devil. It probably doesn't matter that much. Yeah, it's probably supposed to pitch Mayhem Devil over the Pyromancer. What a perfect draw on our end, huh? Any dismembers? They didn't dismember my Ragavan, so I don't think it's super likely. Okay, so Minguchi Vivian combo. It's a deck I like a lot, and I think that Minguchi's list is very good. I don't know that I would really change anything. But let me just make a quick cursory glance or pass. Maybe okay to cut the 30th land for the 4th Oath of Nissa. I'm not definitely recommending that, but I think it would probably be okay to do that. Just like the 2nd Verdant Catacombs. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Minguchi's worked a ton on the list, and I think that, you know, there's you know, oftentimes room for improvement, but I think his list is really tight. I've looked at it a few times in the past. I think maybe you cut the 2nd Catacombs for 4th Oath of Nissa, but I'm not even convinced that that's correct. I like the sideboard a lot too, with the exception of these Veil of Summers, I think, where I think it could be, the dynamic could be different because you're Vivian combo instead of like traditional 4-color Omnath, but I think you're just like already good enough at outgrinding a lot of the opposing strategies that you would want Veil of Summer for, and your sideboard is also like pretty taxed because you're a Yorion deck, that I would be interested in having a bit more game in the like more linear matchups, like specifically Tron and Titan. I feel like you're lacking a little bit here. Like I would even like, you have one, I think I would even just like maybe max out on Beseju's on the board over the Veil of Summer, so you could just be in on Ren and 6 Beseju post board against Tron and Belcher and Titan. But I could also see that like not necessarily being the best use of those 2 slots. But okay, I like this hand a lot. Just kind of, you know, talking out loud, but it's like I find that in these Rakdos decks, you either get to play a lot of fetches and like have those be more of your utility lands, or you can play like your really good utility lands and lose those fetch land synergies. RDK, I think with Gifted Thumbs, take a look. So Rakdos Shadow Scam. Cool that Malakir Rebirth makes you lose 2. These gut shots are nonsense, I think. These four main deck gut shots like made no sense, especially over I don't know, like we'll figure something out to play in that spot instead. I'm pitching the Kroxa here. Yeah, Flame Rift. Flame Rift is a card that I've really liked in the Death Shadow Scourge archetype. I guess that would just be what I'd recommend over the gut shot. But I've done that several times in the past. Oh, dude, I saw Yindrik tweet out about Path to Exile. Y'all are going nuts. Oh, no, I'm going to take it. No. Am I really going to take it? Am I really going to take Path to Exile? I think they can have the path. Yeah, if they path my my Grief, I can actually go Bloodghast with Village Rites up and like Village Rites in response to Prismatic Ending. Yeah, I think that the list looks kind of cool. I don't know if it's going to be good, but I think I like a lot of your deck building decisions here. I like the 1 Awakening, 1 Smashing. I like the number of you want to play 1 Undying Malice over the 2nd Undying Evil, because Undying Evil is bad in multiples. Definitely a smaller thing. Oh, I guess I'll sack the Grief to Village Rites. Or no, I want the land more than I want. Yeah, I want the land more than I want the cards right now. So I can go Bloodghast with Rites up. Okay, so they shocked in the Fountain to hold up the path, and then they don't path. And I'll just let this happen. Get a mountain, pass. Obviously, I could have Village Rites to like try to draw a land, but if I don't draw lands, it's such a disaster. And like going Bloodghast with Village Rites up here has got to be like just so hard for my opponent to beat. Yeah, TSP Yindrik, who's a player I respect and like a lot, tweeted out this morning or sometime, oh dude, you're spell snaring my Bloodghast. That he was like main decking a path or something like that, and you blue-white players need some help. Okay, so yeah, in the main deck, 1 Undying Mouse, 1 Undying Evil, 4 Flame Rift over the gut shots, I probably like Shattering Spree more than Kolaghan's Command of the board. I don't know what this like Seasoned Pyromancer sideboard plan is about. Like, I don't think that this like solves your. I guess I'll sack in a turn. I don't think this like solves your 4-color matchup or even like it comes close to that. I'm not really sure what the idea is. Okay, so I bet they have a counterspell in their hand here. Don't really want to play the Bombardment into their hand that we know has double Prismatic endings, so I'll just hardcast a Grief, and if they have a counterspell, then their hand is just 2 endings, and we're way ahead. Yeah. I don't really know what this plan is about. Like, I think this is like the kind of deck building, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pivot into Seasoned Pyromancer. I'm gonna be better in like the grindy matchups, but like, I usually value that like so much less than just actually having plans for specific matchups. And I'll also say that you could maybe play like 1 Kroxa on the sideboard for like Murktide and Grixis Shadow, and that could be fine. But I think 4 Spyros is kind of a waste of sideboard spots. I would be interested in like, you know, maybe playing like 3 Shattering Sprees, 1 Chalice, 2 Void Mirror, Magus of the Moon over Alpine Moon, like 3 of those, and just like have those sideboard slots instead. But that's just how, you know, I would build it probably, or my first draft would be. I don't know why my opponent's just like not casting their Prismatic endings. I think that's a bit weird, but whatever. So if I go Bombardment, sack, ping, 14, land, sack, 12, land. Yeah, I think I'm still not getting the hasty Bloodghast back, so I'll just swing in. And I think we are going to play the Goblin Bombardment. And I think now we just chill. We could maybe sack the Unlucky Witness, try to find something else to do this turn. I think that's fine. I kind of do want something to do with the mana. Another Bloodghast. Don't mind if I do. My train of thought was fitting Pyros into the Gut Shots post board. Yeah, I mean, but it's just like the Gut Shots, yeah, they don't make any sense anyways. But I see you're thinking, you know. Dude, Gutshot Goblin Bombardment Bloodghast is just like the most fun ever. So I'm gonna ping them 3 times, and I'm not gonna bring the Bloodghast back immediately because I know they have another ending. So I'm just gonna bring these back end of turn. I could also probably Village Rites end of turn. I would just need to draw a land in like the top 3 cards to bring back that extra Bloodghast. I don't like definitely have lethal anyways. Yeah, we may do this end of turn too. Maybe not this game. But at some point. Again, this is just for Mayhem Devil synergy, but it is like just really nice to like be playing like this longer grindy game, and then you kind of have this inevitability with this card. When as soon as you draw a Mayhem Devil, you're dealing them like 8 damage. Bacon, thank you for the 3 months. Appreciate you. Okay, interesting. Village Rites has been really good for me too. I did mean to get like the fancy arts of these though, but whatever. We have 4 looks at a land, which we find. Don't think I need to play this untapped though. I should be able to go attack for 6, Mayhem Devil, Evoke Fury. When? Jingo's talking about how you can easily overload people's basic land counts with path fields, so path turns into plow really easily. He also heavily targets Murktide. I mean, I don't know, like... you can also just play Solitude. You can play Anthonize. You can play Supreme Verdict, and none of these like I don't know, like a Path to Exile in the Ragavan format just doesn't make any sense to me, right? You play the Ragavan, you look at this Path to Exile in your hand, and you're like, what have I done? What have I done? I'm playing Path to Exile in the Ragavan format. I have to path their 1-mana creature, and the game is just like not gonna be super hard for no reason. Okay, I think I'm going to be cutting these Furies for Voidwalkers. And just calling it a day. How come I always started streaming after quickly finish the stream? Well, I started streaming in this time slot because it was the only time slot I could stream in when I was working my job back 3 years ago. And I still stick in this time slot because I value the friends I've made along the way, and I want to keep the relationships I've maintained with the chatters alive. And I've stuck with the same time slot the whole time. When I go full time, I can't remember exactly. It's been I think it's been over 2 years, less than 3. And I've been streaming for over 3. Is your Ginger playing Path of Blue-Eye Control? I believe so, yeah. I think we're playing against the list. I don't know, I just think it's a little lost in the sauce, but it's okay, you know. I'm a control diva. Every control player is just again, the biggest diva ever, and we all think we're right all the time. According to Stream Decker, it's been 3. Yeah, that sounds about right. But like since it's been like I think less than 3 since full time, right? Remember it was like May of 2019. Oh wait. Is that 3 years? I think that is 3 years. Okay, let's go ahead and attack with both, and I think Village Rites my witness. Feels really good to finally have like a solid Village Rites deck. It's been a card that like I've liked for a long time. The streaming sometimes feel unfulfilling. I don't know. I mean, not really. I really like it. I thought nothing's perfect, you know. I think that people a lot of times expect, you know, you get your dream job and it's just like this big fairy tale where everything's perfect and you live happily ever after. But, you know, the thing about life is life still keeps going and you still have to keep doing stuff. But at least like the way I engage with streaming, engage with Magic, is I'm always trying to do new stuff, and I'm always trying to push the envelope and find new ideas and share new ideas and talk about them. And it's kind of hard for that to like ever get really too boring. So Solitude would be pretty bad, but I think I'm just attacking. Yeah, just a silly wandering emperor. Not an MTGO user. What a good name. Have a good day. Is that just a dono? A real dono? Wow. Thank you. Maybe you'll be an MTGO user someday, huh? Ooh, a Bloodghast. And a Tomb of Urami for like lethal 5/5 end of turn. Don't mind if I do. Oh, do we have Mayhem Devil too now? Alright, let's just play this and send and see what my opponent's up to. I don't have enough mana to do it all in one turn. More, was that a soft red olive impression? Dude, this... Oh, just like how to pronounce the card. I don't know, dude. The card is sweet, though. What's the logic behind Tomb? It's really good with Mayhem Devil, and the opportunity cost of playing a land that enters untapped and taps for black is just not that high, you know? Like, it's just... It doesn't cost you very much to put one of these in the deck, and the upside with Mayhem Devil is really high to close out games. I won a game yesterday with it, and... I effectively won another game, didn't quite end immediately yesterday in my practice match, but feeling pretty good. I'm also set now 7-0 overall with the list. Definitely running well, but the list it's felt really powerful. And I said this at like the morning deck tech too, but I think like your best deck ideas, your best brews, you just kind of have like an oh duh, I can't believe I hadn't thought of that before. You know, that kind of moment where. With this deck, it just really feels like, oh, I can't believe I haven't done this yet. It just, like, kind of clearly works really well together. Should I just turn 1, put a Fury into play? I think no. It's close, though. Doc? If I knew the matchup, I would. Think of it 25 months? Where does the time go? Good question. Good question. If you find out, let me know. What's different about this sad list? I assume that's a typo. Fun. Compared to past lists. So this sad list is so I played, you know, I didn't invent the the Fury Malakir Rebirth or Grief Malakir Rebirth, but people call that scam. I played a lot of these Goblin Bombardment sacrifice lists in the past though, and I've liked them. I think that they are pretty interesting and powerful. But what's different about this deck is that we're kind of combining those two archetypes, and we're playing hold on, I don't know what I'm doing this turn. And we're playing just the Evoke Incarnation pack, which Malakir Rebirth in the sack deck with Village Rites is like another way to sack these on the stack, and it's been very powerful. There's like a lot of really cool overlapping powerful synergy, and getting access to like these 0 mana incarnations also in a deck like this that is a deck like this that is like really able to draw a lot of cards, and so like those 0 mana effects are extra valuable here too, is pretty sick. Okay, I think I'm just gonna evoke the Grief. Might just hardcast Grief next turn. Let's evoke it. Let's evoke it. Seismic for 16 months, thank you. Oh, sorry, yes, yeah. I was aware of this interaction. I was doing it yesterday, but you're supposed to sack the Grief to the Bombardment. Yeah, miss the damage. So they're going to take 3. I think it's kind of close whether or not we're supposed to hold Grief. No, I actually don't think so. If they just draw Polymorph, they get to cast it before we ever get to Grief them. So we'll just get the extra pressure in play. Late shift, 4 months, appreciate you. I'd love to just draw a land and then like Fury, kill the Wrenn. Let's see what we draw. A lot of good draws here. Alright, that was my wish. Wish granted. I want to do this first so that if they like remand the Fury, I have more information on how to attack with my Griefs. Rakdos for life, am I right? You are right. Okay, put in taking 6. Do definitely still have to dodge a creativity for a turn. Is it better to put 1 point on Wrenn and kill a crab and attack Wrenn? I don't think so, because then you're just missing damage. Yeah, I don't know why it's better to put 1 point on the crab. Ooh, yeah, I mean, it's just gotta be Mayhem Devil here. Post-combat, it's gonna be so much damage. If they crack their fetch, it's 8. I think they're very likely to just take a hit here. Wait, they can't take 6. You can't take 6? I have Goblin Bombardment in play. What do you... opponent. Just have Bombardment in play. What makes the Rebirth scam deck so much better than the white-black one? You get to play like good red cards like Ragavan and Unlucky Witness and Seasoned Pyromancer instead of like medium white cards. I don't know, it's maybe a bit more complicated than that, but I mean this list at least like you know, it's pretty different from like the more mid-rangey Rakdos scam decks you're used to, but it makes a lot of sense to me here. I'm really hyped for it. I don't know how I'm sideboarding against creativity though, which is I think a very common thing to say in Modern. I think this may just be another out Fury in Voidwalker, although maybe I want 1 Fury. I think 1 Fury is probably fine. I could cut like 4th Ragavan. Especially on the draw. There's all these crabs and stuff. You want Terminate? I don't know if you want Terminate. Like, reactively killing an Archon, I don't know that I've ever found to be like a super good plan. It is maybe hard to win through it. I don't know. I'm obviously, you know, still developing my sideboard plans, and I'm always like down to hear how you would sideboard instead. But Fury not good at killing dwarves and crabs? Not really. I don't know. Like it does do that, but I don't know like how important like that is to the matchup, especially because you can't do it at instant speed. You know, like if you're evoking Fury to kill a crab, you're not like super happy with that exchange. Mayhem Devil's looking kind of unnecessary for now. So are you saying just like cut? I mean, I think Mayhem Devil's nuts. I don't know. I think it's like fits really well into the archetype. You know, we're 7-0 with Mayhem Devil on the list. The bombardments are so much worse without the devils. Typically, jump player haven't much tricks of that. Quite established deck is similar to Jump. I'm thinking 4 color, not sure. So I play a lot of this like Rakdos mid-range deck on stream. That is, I think, similar to John, and I think pretty good. I think it is the best like red black X deck out there. Although you might also enjoy like Grixis Shadow. Mark, 9 months, thank you. This Terminate may be okay enough since you can also get crowd that's started by creativity. I mean, it's just kind of hard to hold up 2 mana. Again, like, this is... yeah, it is definitely okay to play... It is definitely okay to play a Terminate in this matchup. But, you know, it's... I'm not sure exactly how to fit them in, so I'm open to suggestions on how you would sideboard differently. But I do agree Terminate is, like, a consideration. Why is there much hate against 4 color? The meta share of Murktide is much higher. So people need to stop treating MTG Goldfish's percentage points like they're just scripture. You know, I think. I would say in like paper tournaments and online tournaments, Murktide is more represented than 4 color. It's also like not well positioned at all and is super overplayed because it's a sweet deck. But MTG Goldfish like metagame percentage points are like just not like super accurate, and people treat them like they're a perfect representation of the format and the metagame. And I even feel like you see a lot of times players who just like don't play that much, like using MTG Goldfish stats as a way to like, you know, formulate their opinions. And I think that oh my gosh, they have an Emrakul. Dude, we have Emrakul against Mayhem Devil though. I'm really hyped. Okay, Emrakul against Mayhem Devil. I think I'm second to Witness, just sticking for Bombardment. Fury, Ragavan, Voidwalker. So I can't. Just have to Ragavan. I think I'm dead though. I have 8 permanents I have to sack. 6 of them. Not really sure if I'm playing to anything. No, I'm not. Okay, let's just go game 3. I'm glad they're on the Emrakul plan though. They may switch off a bit though. Look at Terminate would have been bad against Emrakul, so I think I'm not bringing it in. Yeah, I think looking at Chalice results is good, but it's also like I think that the argument that like Murktide is an oppressive deck in Modern, which is an opinion some players have, is sometimes made by people who have like bad matchups against Murktide, but also like oftentimes made by people who just look at MTG Goldfish and don't really play that much Modern. But Merfolk is like unfavored against Hammer Time. It's unfavored against Omnath. It's unfavored against. I think it's like actually unfavored against Living End. The more and more I like, it's close, but I think Living End actually has an edge in that matchup. The more and more I like play Modern, and it's just like it's like the tier 1 deck that's unfavored against all the other tier 1 decks. It's just like not that people really like to play it because it's a blue-red tempo deck. It's obviously not a bad choice either, but people really overhype the deck, I think. Real Gold 4 months, thank you. You missed Sleeve. Did I? Yeah, not like close to. Did I say Merfolk or Murktide? I meant Murktide. I probably said Merfolk. Fury to murder these tokens to buy. I don't know. I think killing the tokens is like this being sorcery speed. Like a lot of time, the timing is really bad on it. But also like I know MTG Goldfish like says Murktide has a really high meta share. And it's just like you just can't put that much weight on it. It's like definitely. I don't know if it's at like 20%. That's just like not true. That Murktide is 20% of Modern. It's just like. Not true. I would say like maybe 10. And maybe some tournaments it's overrepresented, but... Does Merfolk have a good Murktide matchup? I don't know. Maybe. Don't know if I want to keep this Malakir Rebirth or not. I think I'm going to play it as a land. Tomb of Urami for both hands are empty. Tomb of Urami is for triggering Mayhem Devil. Probably just going to tech them. The Goldfish percentage represent top 8 shares of data they have, not total distribution. Yeah, exactly. And it also purports like Magic Online 5.0s, which are just not reported like in any kind of like the way they do the 5.0s just makes it like not data that you could really read much into because they release like so few 5.0 lists. And again, I'm not like trash talking Goldfish. I'm just saying that the site is just objectively not like this amazing reflection of the metagame. Ooh, brutal. My experience, a lot of new to player moderns go with Murktide. It's maybe why it seems abundant meta. Yeah. Again, Murktide is just like really fun to play. It's the exact kind of deck that people love to be able to pick up and play any weekend, which is great for that. I don't have a problem with it existing. I don't have a problem with people playing it, but I don't know. I just don't like to see players who like. I'm not responding like even to like anyone super specific, but I've just seen this a few times where you just see a player or two who like I don't think plays a lot of the format, and then they're making a lot of like they're forming a lot of opinions based on these numbers where they just don't even like really play. I don't know. Yeah, not trash talking. I think it's I think people could stand to just like I don't know what I'm getting at. The subject of 5 lists. I got my first one ever this week with Ban Soldier. Awesome. Congrats to you. Alright, did we get a Thoughtseize bug? Kind of looks like we did. Maybe not. Maybe they're just Rin and 6ing. Okay, does look like they're actually just Rin and 6ing. Bloodghast is good. Bloodghast has haste as well. I think I'm going to go kill this dwarf token first. See what I flip off the top. A Dauthi Voidwalker and a Graven Cairns. So the obvious problem with Voidwalker here is that I can't play it and Bloodghast. It's probably okay though. When people play the good deck 4-color, I mean, they do play it. It's very good at paper, not that good on Magic Online is my current evaluation. Maybe the Bloodghast is better because I have the Prismari command. We just make them ping it. I'll probably ping the Ren in 6. When I skip Kroxa, this is a Mayhem Devil, not a Kroxa. I pitched my Kroxa to my Grief earlier, so I didn't get transmogrified. The cards fix the mana. You only get one card with Unlucky Witness. You don't get both cards off the top. So I either got Voidwalker or Unlucky Witness. Don't get both. Time Warp? Oh my gosh, they're just one Time Warp away from Rin and 6 comboing me. Wow, this is sick. If Unlucky Witness dies at your instep, you get the cards until your next instep still. That's awesome, though. Invoke Calamity to Lightning Bolt me and Time Warp again. Oh, Hard Evidence Time Warp. Well, okay, I didn't play around this very well. What the hell? No, my opponent is. I guess we've only seen Emrakul. Maybe they are on Velomachus. Well, my win streak comes to an end. We're now 7-1 with the deck. Oh, where? Oh wait, hold on. My opponent could brick. They could brick here. Because now they don't have the mana to. Oh wait, they didn't brick. The Time Warp got exiled though, and now they have written 6 Time Warp. Okay. Dang it. Okay, well that was a fancy way to lose the win streak. You see the Mingu clip the other day of getting wrecked by mono white random stuff? Yeah, that was that was quite the clip. Okay, I'm gonna mulligan this, I think. Close hand. Having Spyro Bloodghast is always nice. I think on the draw you have to mulligan. Okay, keep this one. Okay, Hammer Time. The Furies definitely really increased the, I think, percentage points in the Hammer Time matchup compared to the other sacrifice version. Obviously, we don't have one in our hand, though. And we may just be getting smashed. Okay, not getting smashed. They got 3 cards in their hand. I think I'm going to dash the Monkey. I'd be, I think, relatively happy to trade this for the Sentinel. Happy enough to get the mana. What was the Tome for? Triggering Mayhem Devil. Just some cute tech that I think is has very low opportunity cost. It was a chat suggestion a while ago. That I think is pretty good. Thank you, Juicy. I'll get to that in a second. Boros Heroic. Okay, I was actually talking about this deck with my friend Matthew earlier. Yeah, I think I just want to play 20 creatures. I want to play 4 Hoplite, 4 Virtuoso, 4 Swiftspear, 4 Legionnaire, 4 Arcanist is kind of what I was thinking. Like Pioneer's so removal heavy at the moment. I think it would be more threat dense, and I think Boros Charm is like mediocre, to be honest. I'm not super about it. Okay, there's my Fury. Maybe too little too late though. It's kind of weird to draw it right now also when they're just going to get to Sigarda's Aid Hammer and the Fury is not going to do much. I think I'm supposed to go Kroxa, Malakir, Rebirth, Kroxa, get them out of cards in hand. But I'm probably not doing great. I think I'm going to go into 22 with Feather. 22 with Feather. I think Feather being 3 mana is kind of, I don't know. But yeah, at the very least, I want to be at 18 creatures. I think Boros Charms for Arcanist is a pretty easy cut. I would probably want to play the 4th Homestead Courage over the 4th Rampage. Courage is just so good with Virtuoso, and I find that you kind of just don't almost ever want to draw 2 Rampages, and so just playing 1 means you never draw 2. But it is really good in some spots. I would maybe even play the... So I'm of the impression that the main matchups that you want a Danto Vanguard for is red-black. I could be wrong about that, but if that's the case, I feel like I would just play the 4th Fiendslayer Plowden before I played the 1st Vanguard. Losing Giganta is tough, though. Oh, my opponent is flashing in Sword of Fire and Ice. Damn it, what the hell? Nice, I yield. Okay, so we're bringing the Shattering Spree, Pyrite Spellbombs terminates. I'm gonna cut the Kroxa, and then I think I'm gonna cut the 4th Grief, and Ragavan on the play is not too bad, but it may be the cut. Because I really want to keep the Griefs in. Or maybe on the play we do something. Maybe on the play we cut the Griefs and we have the Ragavans in. On the draw we cut the Ragavans, have the Griefs. Let's try that. Still developing sideboard plans. Black, red, and blue, white. Yeah. I mean, I don't think Vanguard's like amazing against blue, white. Obviously, like not getting Verdict is fine, but they do still have like plenty of portable holes and stuff. Probably the 3rd Hearse. I think Hearse is really good. Is Fight of one good? Is Fight as one good? Just another protection spell, I guess. I have the Boris Heroic list of neat cards. Yeah. I think I'll be fine. We'll figure it out. Spike, I think you should try to go to Summit because there's a place that sells giant mugs of root beer close to the convention. This has been the best argument I've heard so far. Okay, I do like having Pyrite Spellbomb, so I'm more resilient to a Sanctifier in Vec. There aren't any 1-mana blink effects in Pioneer. I don't think there are. Yeah, Cloud Shift was a little before its time. What and where is the summit? Yeah, I know that there's a tournament in Utah this year called Summit. Stop mana tithing me Hammer Time players. I'm not super familiar with exactly what's going on, but I know that I'm loosely aware that like John Finkel is going to be there. Is like really all I know. Okay. So let's go Pyrite Spellbomb, kill this Paladin now, play Blackcleave Cliffs, and I'll probably Village Rites the Witness end of turn. Nettle Cyst, okay. Okay, Shattering Spree is a really nice hit. Just Shattering Spree this. I think we just go Witness Bloodghast. And I guess not really anything else to do. There's a Black Lotus for the winner of Brothers War Sealed. And then LSV and Reduke are going. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Okay, so a land or red card to Fury this turn is going to be solid. They got a Sword of Fire and Ice. There's my land. Don't want to kill my own Witness here, although you want to do that sometimes with Fury, but I lose the card end of turn, so not really an option right now. Did I give up entirely on playing Murktide? So like with this like super long time frame between set releases, like I would just be getting a little too bored to just like play Murktide on stream at the moment. I've played it tons and tons. Murktide is also like I think easily the most popular deck amongst other streamers, and maybe I'll play it again sometime. I was playing Shredder really early this season with Murktide. Maybe next set gives some new tech for the archetypes, so we'll play it then. But I'm just like still finding new stuff to do, still enjoying playing new stuff, and trying not to slow down. So if they are able to go Sword of Fire, Ice, and Hammer next turn, it's going to be lethal, but it looks like maybe they don't have that. Takenuma is an interesting draw. I think I'm just going to attack first, and then Takenuma. Unlucky Witness, probably. I always love how many utility lands Rakdos decks get to play. Okay, then I also hit a Bloodghast, which would not have had haste, but I'll play this to get the Bloodghast back, I think. How about for RCQ events? What about for RCQ events? Oh, would I play Murktide at RCQ events? Yeah, for sure. I've definitely like seriously considered it. I was very close to playing it. At the last RCQ I played, or the last modern RCQ I played. Okay, going to game 3. And then on the draw, I think we're cutting these monkeys for griefs. Trying to snipe Sanctifiers. I saw that Brothers War comes out the same day Atlanta RCQ's happening. How does it work? Nobody have the cards? People will have the cards. Pre-release should be like a week before, and it'll be hard to get cards, but Magic players always find a way, you know. It used to be like that for standard Pro Tours too. Like you would have like 2 weeks to get all the new cards and stuff, and somehow you're always able to. I think Just Galos Field Control is still well positioned to modern. I think it's fine. I think that the Murktide matchup is weird now because they're a lot less soft to Chalice because of Ledger Shredder. So like I used to think that the matchup against Murktide was pretty good because of Chalice. Now it's like maybe even unfavorable, but not by a lot. But it's also good against Hammer Time living in 4-color, which is a really good place to be. So like slightly unfavored against Murktide maybe, and good against 4-color Hammer Time living in. I do think is a good place to be. Okay, let's keep this. Do not Sanctifier me. Okay, thank you. They got another Nettle Cyst. They truly love their 3 drops. I think I'm gonna main phase, just terminate this, play around, Cauldron a little bit. If their whole turn is just hardcast a Nettle Cyst next turn, that's fine. We can go Seasoned Pyromancer, discard Bloodghast, something else. They're on double silent clearing, which is interesting. Oh, they can instant speed the Nettle Cyst. Okay. So I do think I'll discard the Malakir Rebirth. Although I can also attack with the Witness, right? I would just trade the Witness for the Germ token. I guess I should have attacked first, but... Am I still just down? Maybe. Can also Grief. We'll see if they block or anything. I don't think they're going to. Oh, it counts enchantments. Oh no, I forgot that it counts enchantments. Okay, we'll see if they catch my misplay. They probably will, right? And maybe I'll also just like hit a Grief or something. Okay, so I do think I am supposed to Grief. And I also think it's close between... Right, okay, just 2 lands at the top, not the in the world. I do have Tomb of Urami to go with my Mayhem Devil. I'm just kind of light on action if I pitch the rights, though. I get to bring back Bloodghast, writes it, draw 2. It's close. I also have Mayhem Devil fetch land for next turn. I'll pitch the rights. Okay. Dude, their hand is gross. What do I even do against this? Take sword. I think you just take the hammer. I think like if they have shadow, if we take the Shadow Spear, we're dead to hammer sword. Not this turn, but this turn if they draw a land. If we take the sword, we're dead to hammer Shadow Spear immediately. It just has to be the hammer, unfortunately. Shadow Spear, I've got blockers. I don't have blockers because they have the sword. But like this way I can take like 2 hits and potentially race. I don't know, but their hand is kind of perfect. What can I say? But if I draw a land next turn... Oh, maybe I was supposed to play Malakir Rebirth. Oh, no. Was I supposed to play Rebirth, try to Tomb of Urami them? Maybe it's not going to matter. Maybe just have, like, Stoneforge for Hammer, Shadow Spear me. Yeah. Okay. Brutal game. Brutal game. Alright, 7-0 into 7-2. Sword and hope to get a terminate. Yeah, I don't hate that choice. No, I can't do that because they just immediately hammer Shadow Spear me, right? And that's gonna be 15 trample lifelink. I just have to take the hammer, and I try to draw maybe Shattering Spree off the top. Okay, have Grief Rebirth. We're up against Mill most likely, although it could be something weird. Pretty good hand against them. I think against Mill, presumably I'll probably end up pitching. I'll just pitch the rights, yeah. Mill confirms. Tasha's is not that scary for me, right? I mean, I'm scared of it, but I do have like a lot of Griefs and Furies. I think I'll just still take both Tashas. So I'll play the Bombardment this turn. If I draw a land, I can go Spyro, discard the Bloodghast. Nit, the Twitch Prime, thank you. Yeah, in open meta, I'd probably play Rakdos Rock. I mean, everything's an open meta, right? Those 4 lands. So they still have another Delta, they have an Archive Trap, and they've got 3 mystery cards. Now just, still 3 mystery cards. Okay, we're gonna jam the Seasoned Pyromancer this turn. Why do we play Bombardments first instead of Bloodghast? Happened last round too. Well, in this game, I already said it, but in this game, I'm saving the Bloodghast to discard the Seasoned Pyromancer. I think you almost always want to establish your Bombardment on turn 2 also, but unless you're playing around Mana Tithe, which would have been good last game. Spike, do you agree Ametite is the most difficult deck to pilot in Modern? I don't usually like the most difficult deck to pilot in Modern conversation because it's just like, I don't know. I don't know that I would agree with Amulet Titan being necessarily the most difficult. Yeah, I would probably pick Hardened Scales. I agree. Sean, 20 months, appreciate you. So it's like, with Amulet Titan, Amulet Titan's a deck where it's definitely difficult because you have to like learn a lot of situations. But like what's easier about Amulet is once you've learned what to do in like any given situation, like it just becomes so much easier to pilot once you've like gotten several reps with the deck. Where some decks like Hardened Scales tend to just trying to find land for my Bloodghast. Failed to do so. Although I think I will Grief. Yes, but yeah, but decks like Hardened Scales, it's like there's a lot of situations where you have to be like more like thinking on your toes, I guess is how I would phrase it. Dude, this card's so bad. But Titan's definitely a hard deck to play. I'm not saying it's not. Just, I don't know if I would say the hardest. Your thoughts on Just Get Breached? It's a good deck. Okay. Kind of Ragavan flooded. Jeez. I assume they're gonna Baleful Mastery something here. Would Blood Artist be a good deck? I don't think so. So again, like I think that people like very often. Oh, dude, what the hell? Okay, fair enough. I mean, the cards like Blood Artist get suggested a lot when I play these types of decks. Ooh. So their hand is Archive Trap, Baleful Mastery. Dang it. I guess I'll just Surgical. Fractured Sanity. Visions of Beyond. They should have more Fractured Sanities in the deck. Yeah, but people, like, I don't know, like, these, like, super individually weak, synergistic sacrifice cards get suggested a lot when I play these type of decks, but I do think, for the most part, you just want to maintain that card quality and have cards that, like, aren't going to be harder to individually pick apart with lock pieces, and I think a lot of times when you decide to play Blood Artist in a deck like this, you're sacrificing card quality without, like, making up for it in power level. Gonna try to figure out what's under the L. I guess so. I don't know if it matters almost at all, though. Any reason to start stacking Ragavan and casting new ones for damage? I don't think you do that when you know your opponent has a removal spell in their hand. But if we knew that, if we didn't know that they did, then you know we could consider it a bit more seriously. The Legend Rule does not trigger Mayhem Devil, no. So I think we should have lethal next turn. Moms, 8 months, thank you. Welcome back. Okay, just to draw one here. Just to draw one here. I guess I should have surgical dose, huh? Funky, thank you for the 7 months. Appreciate you. And then up the game against Mill. I think I'm gonna go -1 Fury, +2 Magus of the Moon, submit 61 cards. It's okay to go up a couple cards against Mill, and then Funky also with the 7. Thank you. Or do you play Tomb? It is good with Mayhem Devil. Good with Mayhem Devil. I think people are overthinking it. Like, the opportunity cost is, like, really low, and ends games with Mayhem Devil, and is, like, just a land the rest of the time. Do they play Bridge? Sometimes. Could be Bridge with Bombardment, Mayhem Devil. Just an endurance short, currently 3 is a card I can replace the 4th endurance with. Yeah, you can play like 3rd Vincer instead of just hedge more for the big mana matchups instead of Living End. You can play the 4th Meddling Mage instead too. Won't be the end of the world. Yeah, if only Mayhem Devil was a Mayhem Ogre instead. Yeah, with going to the Tomb of Urami, it's a question of, like, are you going to win more games because you get to Tomb of Urami when you have a Mayhem Devil in play, or you're going to lose more games because it's dealing you 1 every turn? I think that you're going to win more games just being able to trigger Mayhem Devil for, like, 8 in the late game. And I 5-0'd with it yesterday. I don't know that I would have 5-0'd without the Tomb. It is, like, you know, it also, like, does function normally as a utility land where you can just make a 5/5 flyer at the end of your opponent's turn and just, you know, you don't get to cast any spells the rest of the game, but that is going to be good enough sometimes. You like this scam list? I don't know, I'm looking at this, but I don't know. These like, yeah, I hate these chalices in the main. I hate these chalices with main deck hit. It's okay. No, sorry, you've shuffled your sideboard into the main deck. Never mind. We'll just move on. Urami, thank you. I don't have a black card, I guess, to pitch to the Grief. I think that's okay, though. Might even just play this as a land. Alright, I'm gonna go for it. This combo is just so good against Mill. Although I should have, sorry, I should have done this before. I should have done this before, or Griefed before fetching, because now I turned on Archive Trap. Although they did mill over one Bloodghast for me. Not that I have a land in hand yet, but I will immediately draw one. Awesome. The Japanese speaker caused me great pain. Well, as a dumb American, I encourage patience, you know, for a non-Japanese speaker. Monkey Knife Fight, even 10 months. Appreciate ya. Thank you, Hulk. Glad you're liking the stream. Okay, Triple Fury. Catch it in for 2 damage, I guess, with the bombardment. We're in Phoenix the Magic 30, so use Dimulich or Thing in the Ice. I mean, Dimulich is better than Arc-like Phoenix in like the more like slow cantrip heavy builds. And Phoenix is better at like the prowess builds. But like when I was playing like the Jeskai Dimulich Phoenix deck, I felt like for a long time that Dimulich was the better of the 2 cards. Which was why it was always so frustrating that I would constantly get like suggestions to cut the Dimuliches. Okay, I do think I'm gonna just Village Rites my Bloodghast now. Okay. Kind of a convoluted 3 cards to draw 2. Looting effect. Not the oh, still no lands, okay. Well, I drew that land faster earlier, I guess, whatever. Any new ideas for Dimulich? I mean, yes, but none that have been good enough for the stream, I guess. But I do have some new ideas. I think Dimulich has any legs for Pioneer. Pioneer having 0 mana instants and 0 rebound spells, I just think means it's like just never gonna get there, or not gonna get there until those kind of cards get printed. As far as I can tell, they don't, you know, there's just not the support for it. Okay, 3-2 this league. Ooh, opened an Ob. Ob trying to get into the deck. We're still gonna say no. 5-0 my league yesterday. Feeling good about the list. We can run it back here. Yeah, it's